Hello and welcome. I'm Nick, and welcome to another edition of the WAD Travelogue, where we say even if it is not a great idea to be going out right now, that doesn't mean we can't still explore new and interesting spaces. We're just going to do it in the form of community-built Doom WADs and level packs. I'm surprised I got through that because I slept like garbage last night. Today, keeping things pretty simple, we're just going to jump back in and check out more of Ramp 2024 because I was really enjoying it last time around. And we have the really nice hub progression game going on. So I think we got through 2 of 6 worlds, biomes, however you want to call them last time. So let's load things up and get back to it. Hey. Where do you think it left us off? Where are we? Something sector, the solar reactor. Yes, right. We started in the library of oddities, then we went to the data stream. Now we're in the solar reactor. Great, love it. Love to see it. What do we got? Where's the solar part? I mean, that looked like a reactor. Straight up 3 maps. Great. So we could really cheese this and do shorties. Airship? Altitudinal airship. I do love an airship. Favor the bold. Cool. Macho Monday. I mean, something I like there. Internet Explorer. That's Quake 3 Doom guy. Phobos, I believe. Starship Moirah. That's that's not a Warhammer guy. I don't know what that is, but I like the idea of custom monsters. Soul Sphere 666, Triple Zo. All right. I swear that is the key style from Free Doom, which interesting. Fickle Panopticon by Fickle Sylph. Okay. I like a Panopticon. Which is a weird thing to say. Antivirus. And that wasn't in cyberspace. Okay. Sorry, the data stream. Again, Phobos. No, wait. Phobos was the orange one? Crash was the lady. I don't remember. System Horizon. I mean, yeah, I'm ready to just start with an airship. I'm a helpful informative signpost. I'm here to teach you about various aspects of this map. Keep a lookout for me. Okay. Hey, bud. Surprise. He shot me. Okay. Very dark in here. Okay, that's good. Chain gunner, I should be very careful. Ooh! Thank you, imps. But oh, have to go that way. And we described this as altitudinal, I believe. Okay. This is always this is the kind of hallway that I always kind of get. I'm like unsure of what to do with it because this really is just kind of a connection room between 2 others. I don't know if there's these seem very. I like rooms where you get a lot of view into other rooms, whether that's through windows or over balconies or something like that, because it's sort of a little like foreshadowing of something that's going to come up, or it at the very least helps you like build a mental map, because it makes everything feel related to each other, right? When you can see it, you see the relation, and you go, oh, related. I remember when we were doing the Rise of the Triad WAD, there was a lot of talk about how that was all completely windowless and how that made those maps feel kind of samey, kind of hard to keep track of where you were, to me. But like a room like this is just like, okay, well, what do we do with this? Well, we give a little bit of vertical to play with, doing a dead end, but it's like, it's a computer terminal. It's like, yeah, but it's really just a connection hallway. Like, this is the kind of room I would definitely put in a map of mine, because just like, I just want to connect these two rooms. I would think maybe, okay, well, if this room's not interesting on its own, maybe I would add a window, you know, like we have this, but like we just had like a window over here that also helped you see through it, or maybe one up here, so you could be like, oh, there's a connection to that room, like sort of make this room stand out less by sort of making it be like, no, this room is sort of an add-on to this room, rather than making it, you know, a completely sealed section of its own, at which case it's like, okay, well, now what do we do with this? But that being said, I always forget to just like play with vertical. Just add you can randomly add a staircase even when it's not needed. Playing with the lights here, these lights look really nice. Yeah, what I'm saying is, like, I feel like this is a good solution to a problem that I would also cause. Although I think, you know, what I'm saying is I feel a camaraderie in a room like this. It's just like, oh yeah, no, this is maybe not the best answer, but as somebody, like, when you run into this spot of like when you find yourself having to answer this problem, it's just like, yeah, I've been there. I see how you get here. This is a good way of, you know, it's a good answer to solving a problem that isn't the core problem. It's like, you know, this is a great way to treat a symptom and not a cause, kind of thing. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. I just recognize it so hard. It's like, oh, this is just sort of a hallway, and you said, what can I do with it? And you did fine. I should. Nope. You ever just find yourself thinking about hallways? I think about hallways a lot. I think about the hallway in my own home, because we have a hallway. It is not separate. It is like an open-ended hallway. There's not doors on the hallway, so they are kind of, that's a blue key, right? Smart, blue door. So a hallway is just becomes sort of like a peninsula off of the living room, off of a different room. But again, same thing. If you don't seal off the hallway with a door, it doesn't become its own thing. You kind of, it exists in the context of something else, and so you don't have to, that is a way to not have to give it its own sort of features, is you just like, oh no, it is a feature of this other thing, rather than being its own unique thing that needs a feature. That needs to be given bigger features. Oh. Aha! I was alive when the N64 was released. I know a jumping platform puzzle when I see one. What do you have to say? This is a checkpoint. Interact with it to save your process. I thought it was a warhead. Hey, you know what? That's cool. I should yoink that for maps that I make. You know, maybe not exactly that, but whatever the scripting behind it is. It's a single use. I don't know. Do we think maybe there are lines around it, or are we interacting with the thing itself? I don't know too much about interacting with things. Things are either like pickup or monsters, so usually they're not interactable in that way. Ooh, does it have? See, it doesn't even have a hitbox. Ugh, don't stand in it. I'm over here. Now I'm leaving. Okay. I just... Now I want to go over here. So I want to have as little damage as possible so around these guys. Ah! Great. I would have maybe put it more over here so that way it's just like, oh, I'm done here, and then you turn back and then it's harder to miss that way. But there's nothing wrong with this. I know this is the thing about me. I speak kind of only in like fixes, even for things that are not inherently broken. I speak in improvements. If you know, I deliver everything as if they're fixes, even if I'm really just trying to suggest improvements. But the idea of like suggesting an improvement or a fix implies it was broken, and that's not the case. This is great so far. This is fine. I love the music. I love the designs. There's a lot of like little details that are just like, you know, just taking the time to round the little propeller down there. This is, honestly, I didn't even notice the clouds out here. I like what's. How do you even do that with the animating? That's actually. So those must be separate walls with textures, with scrolling effects. Yeah, this is actually a lot more. But they're not. So it is like sky. That's actually a really nice effect. I don't even know how they did that. That's beyond my ability in Doom Builder. Like the thing. I'm not. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm shit talking and saying, you know, oh, everything's broken here. No, everything here is actually great. It's one of those, you know. Whoa! Narrative. And you know what? Like, so many times I complain about just spawning guys in. That little touch of like, actually, no, this is narrative now. Ceiling exploded and they fell in. That's really good. That's a small touch that makes it really cool, actually. Wow, that was really cool. What buttons do I hate here? That one? Yeah, that'll do. Also just Mega Man music, you know. Good enough sense to put Mega Man music. Like, alright, yeah, this is gonna be a good one. Alright. There's also a concept. I thought about this, and man, that was really hard to see in this. Like, about like, at some point, I think this happens in a lot of, especially like game development, or really sort of like as any medium matures, because I think, you know, anything I'm about to say might also apply to if you start thinking about like, you know, like MCU movies, right? But the idea of like, the more you start thinking about like, oh, we've solved, you know, quote unquote solved ideas on how to make something better. It's just like, oh, you know, here are good practices. These are sort of understood. Like, yeah, if you do this, it'll be better by the metrics we generally use for these things. So it's just like, oh yeah, you know, making sure that something is, you know, something is easy to find. It is clear. It reads to an audience. It does whatever. But like, the more mature a medium gets, and the more sort of like well executed standard practices there are, the more samey everything gets. You know, there's a reason why, you know, something like a AAA, you know, corridor shooters and Marvel movies all start feeling samey. It's at a very high level of, you know, execution and design, but they get very samey, and there is an element of like, yeah, a lot of times it takes what'll make something, you know, memorable is novelty, and sometimes the novelty comes from, oh, where did they diverge from the sort of like best practices guidebook, you know? So there's definitely something to be said for... Oh, the bounce! And the card. So that's why, like, you know, I think lots of people will appreciate. Did I pick up a... Oh, I could have just been using that. Cool. I think, you know, with this in mind, you could think of a lot of movies where you see this. You could think of a lot of, you know, games where you can... where this sort of thing applies. So it's... again, I don't want to be like, oh, this is where so for anything that I say about like, oh, like this would, you know, help make things smoother or quote unquote better, it's like, yeah, but it would probably also round it off and make it so smooth that it starts to appear more like everything else, at which point it would kind of lose some of its, you know, it would lose some of its identity, it would lose some of its novelty and what makes it memorable. So it's just like, yeah, it's like I'm thinking of these things. It's almost like, you know, I say out loud not to suggest, you know, fixes or anything to the original author. I'm just sort of looking at it going like, oh, what would I do there? If I were faced with the same problem, what would I, you know, it's sort of visualization practice, you know? It's just like, oh, okay, if I were presented with this, what would I try to do differently? How would I try to do it? What lessons have I learned before that I think would apply here, you know? Because the other way of looking at it, and this was something that apparently I was a smart ass for realizing surprisingly early, but a lot of times, like, you know, what I say about like a best practices guides kind of thing, like hitting that rounded off point is a, you know, where everything is samey. Boy, I wasted a lot of energy there. Actually use those as platforms? I could, couldn't I? I think there's also an argument that like hitting that point of making something super samey is like a node on the pathway to becoming, you know, one of the greats, so to speak. Because it's just like, okay, if you nail everything and you get to this point where it's just like, ah, yeah, I've created something that is follows all of the like best rules. Like you've made something that at that point is like boring, but it means you have all of the basics down. And there are and sometimes, you know, what style is, you know, whether that's, you know, in fine arts, in directing, in game design, whatever, directing, sure. It is about how do you diverge from whatever the best practices are, and there is a difference between, and I think I've back when I was in high school and deviant art was still the thing, there was so many. Oh, I'm hurt, huh? Oh, jeez. There was sort of a, I don't know if it was a divide. I don't know if it was like a practice or something. But I feel like there was this trend of saying like, oh, you know, these aren't deficiencies in my style, they are defining features of my style. And it's just like, yes and no. Like, calling something your style in order to mask places where you have deficiencies, places where you are weak, and it's just like, yes, it is unique to you, but is it that way by choice or by inability to be anything else, right? And I've always found that like when something is actually your style is because if you are diverging, I knew something would be up here. If you are diverging from whatever like the quote-unquote best solution would be, it has to be a choice. You have to be diverging on purpose. Then it can be yours. What choices, at what points do you choose to diverge from best practices rather than, you know, at what point are you failing to meet best practices? You know, it's, because like it is still like, you know, unique style. You can say it's like, oh, it makes somebody very identifiable because they always miss this, they always forget this. But I think there is a, and maybe it's only two people who are, you know, literate in the medium and they have seen enough that you start to recognize where is, you know, a certain divergence from best practices. When is that because it wasn't thought of versus when it's done with a purpose? And sometimes you get it because, like, if you see what the purpose is, like if something is different from what would be, again, quote unquote best, it's just like, well, why is it different? And it's a difference from like, I don't see why it's different versus, oh, it is different because you know, it makes something else stronger, it foreshadows something else, it is out of place on purpose to draw your attention. Like, there is a reason why it is out of place versus it is out of place because it's my style and that's the only explanation for it. I am in a really bad place going forward. I should not save here. Call this ramp 2020 for quick. I realized last time that saving over my main save was probably a bad idea, but it says exit. Why? Okay. Again, why are we now using sort of like the standard big door, which I don't think is even the standard big door. This is extra wide. That, okay, checkpoints do nothing to heal you. Great. Hang on. F8 makes us go away? It's a really good message. Oh. If I must. Okay, I did get this. But also I like just have to dance. Oh, there's so much. I could get back up. Let me get these. Then we'll go up here. Probably easier to dodge rockets from up here. There we go. What? That was really cute. All of that was really cute. Little touches of like story, little touches of cutscene. Oh, that was great. How about one secret I missed? Huh. And one person I didn't get. I guess he must have been hiding in a secret. That was great. Hey, no matter what I say about improvements you can make, that was already great. I'm a jerk for interjecting so many suggestions in the middle of it. That was great. Great. Macho Monday. I want to be an internet exploder. Ah, welcome to Booyah Base. That's not... I could have... Oh, I don't have a doctor... Oh no, this is already empty. Oh, has the button's already been pressed, I guess.
The presences of spirits and beings once living, now gone into another life, but who continue to intrude into our waking consciousness by, for instance, haunting people or places. The implicit potential indestructibility of the soul must concern us. All of the foregoing are actual elements of our existence. Over half of the world believes in such phenomena.
Can I... Nope. Yes. Am I trapped in here now? Hello. Oh, you won't let me push the button. I love this little guy. That's probably not a real switch anyway. Yeah, okay. That's good. That's great. You, I like. is this? What a okay. Oh, right. I'm overcharged. No, yes, overcharged. Okay. The club. New. Welcome to hell. Was okay. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. I guess I want to. Can't go to the club or hell. I can go there. There's some fun stuff going on in here. I mean, so we're looking at Ramp today, and it is, you know, a sort of community pack. It's a lot of. It's all, you know, user submitted, sort of an anthology, if you will. This one is definitely of the levels, this is certainly one of them. Case of virus, use glass. What? Oh. I think I picked it up through the door. Whoops. Great. I love that was kind of hidden in there amongst the everything going on. Yeah, bud. I don't want to use it. I haven't gotten extra shells in it. Why not? Ow. Ow. I shouldn't simply tank hits, but now I would say that looks like that should open, shouldn't it? Is this door gonna open that instead? Ma'am? Yeah, that did it. Right. That's an answer. You know, just have to take a little detour to interrupt somebody's sleep. Sorry, ma'am. Woo! Would it be useful to clean out over here? Ow. I mean, if I can't jump, if I can't get out there. Did I get hurt? No. Yellow key. So back to the hub. That, I don't think that's a. It looks more like an undo icon than like shortcut. I like to play with the HUD off. This is on these streams we will stop to talk about like architecture and level design and stuff like that. So I like to get as much view of it as we can. Plus, that's also just a way I like to play Doom. Is I like to play it sort of a bit more scary. So like, okay, you actually have to look down without pausing the game in order to understand how you're doing. It's a little bit of risk reward. I'm one of the old head curmudgeons who thinks that Doom 2016 is really, really good but also not actually iterating on what Doom originally was. To me, Doom was originally a I guess I'm full on ammo for that. Good. Doom was originally like closer to Dungeons and Dragons. It is, you know, levers and crushers. It is tricks and traps. Warm to the touch. Okay. Another one of you. Like, I'm waiting for one of them to be interactable. Have a conversation tree. Okay. Oh ho ho ho. That's true. And like I said, I love 2016. I had an issue with Eternal in a way that has actually kept me a bit cold from checking out Dark Ages yet. Candle sometimes is okay. There's something open, but yeah, they're good, but they're different. Ooh. But I heard this. No. Okay, so maybe this is what revealed? I have no idea if y'all can see on the stream these very, very translucent lads.
Healing, miracles, the presences of spirits and beings once living, now gone into another life. To intrude into our waking consciousness by, for instance, haunting people or places. The implicit potential indestructibility.
Okay.
All of over half of the world believes in such.
Last episode we did the level Static, which I thought was really cool and was basically impossible to watch on stream. And now doors open. So why was it warm? There's another little guy. Ew. I wasn't ready for the skulls. I was not. I forgot the part where we're in GeoCities WAD right now. Guess I should. Don't want to fall. You did I get? I don't have rocket launcher yet. Rocket launcher is right there. Where do I get it? Ooh. Oh, there's. Okay. Three? Okay. Hit you. There we go. And that jerk. Can I hit you with? You're right there, though. Okay. I heard the skeleton noise. Lots of folks over there. Okay, there's a down there. Oh, I guess we're gonna come out over there. Okay. Yes. Okay. You know, just a little cleaning it at a time. And this will raise this. Yep. All right. Good. Huh? Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. This is a very simple but pretty nice combat puzzle. You got those imps up there who are like just out of like sniping range, so they're just going to be annoying turrets. I like that. I like that. Smartly laid out. I want to just clean them up. Yeah, the double twofer. Twofer Sutherland. That's not it. Yeah, this particular scrolling texture gives me a little bit of a headache, but generally speaking, yeah, this is very not simplistic. Straightforward also isn't quite the right word. But I like what it's doing. Another little guy. Oh, the little guy led me to the big guy. That's good. Oh, I love that. I don't have jump, so I shouldn't try to clear that. Okay, that's fine. Now, if I were to be a jerk, I would take this to a different spot. But no, this is, again, straightforward. Now, I gotta look at that.
By, for instance, haunting people or places. The implicit potential indestructibility of the soul must concern us. All of the foregoing are actual elements in our existence. Over half of the world believes in such phenomena.
That was spooky. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Let me do it again. Yeah, because this is just empty. So this is the only way to go when you come back. All right, good. Good. That's just enough. That's just enough. Let's hell, baby. Okay, but hang on. Right, because now we go this way. We went all the way up here. We hit this. But what we're looking for is a new key, right? I don't think it's time to go all the way back yet. I don't think a key has appeared. We hit that switch. Don't know what that switch did. I bet we could scoop this. Yeah, okay. Right. So look for something that switch opens. Oh! Doy. Now that we have our red, come back here, and that takes us to the next. Time to go to the club. Why?
By, for instance, haunting people or places. All of the foregoing are actual elements.
Oh! Seems like the internet's falling apart over here. I want that guy all the way over there gone. Oh, okay. Now, this is just a far super shoddy. One more. Yes, and you. There we go. I love how these two are always just hanging out as secrets. It's so cute. I like hanging out with little cats, alright? Is that so wrong? Alright, thanks for stopping in. Hey, if you go to the YouTube, you can see old episodes, and then you don't have to worry about catching it live. But yeah, thanks for coming through. Catch you later. That's the club. Oh, I found the club of the club. Okay. That woke everybody up. Do you look through here? Okay, that's not a... Okay. Alright, okay. Interesting to see which of those are set to ambush versus we're just not looking the right way. Right, because ambush means that they won't trigger from sound alone. Okay. This does hurt a bit to look at. But again, this is kind of what I talk about when I mean like the tricks and traps dungeon crawling type of Doom. It's just like, yeah, it's not that there's a ton of guys. It's just that you're putting you in a really bad position. You struggle less against the enemies and more against the environment. Oh. Okay. Now there's the BFG that I would want. And by would, I mean do? I'm not sure how sentences work anymore. I fell. Oh, yes, okay. Thank you, map designer. I didn't catch the name of when we came in. Whoa. Good, there's an overcharge in there. I simply need to get in there. Where's the other overcharge too? Oh, there's how you get in there. You just sort of... and then, yep, and then huzzah. This is a copy of that room because it even has the weird mismatch door open. Yeah. I love that. I love when spaces break in such a way that like, oh, this room that we were here is now somewhere else in a mismatch way. I love things like that. Oh, it's simply the club now. Ow. Ha-ha! I don't know. What did the switch do? Oh, it's a dance floor, and now we dancing. Up here. VIP lounge. Well, after all of that noisiness. Oh, and this was like the front side of the club. Oh, yeah. Oh, that window opened. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Now I have to get back. I did get a, yeah, blue. All right. Train? I feel like one of these is the exit, but I'm not sure which. Yay! Oh, we've made it to Cat Corner. Oh, man. That's me when I'm not on stream. I'm just cozy in bed. How do we make basically how do we turn Doom into VR chat? How do we turn VR chat into Doom? Because I do love... there's a thing about VR chat where it's just like, yeah, we're just making, like, rooms for you to hang out in. It's just like, yeah, we're just creating a very aesthetic space so that you can hang out, you know, just in a space with friends and what have you. Whoa, I was not expecting this. Hey, friend. And now this goes elsewhere, and now we're back here. Great, I love it. Love to see it. And that goes. That was auto lap. Hey, 4 secrets I missed. Nice. I like that one. I like that. It's just going for vibes. Going again, kind of doing like a little sub anthology kind of layout. Like, yeah, I just want to play with different biomes. Antivirus 4.3, that one's bigger. They're about the same hardness. System Horizon, easy. Starship Moirah is very short. I might, and you know, I think we're just gonna do Starship Moirah. Knowing that we're about to be able to move on to the next section. I would like to come back and play some more of these. Macho Monday, though. But some of the guys here are hurt, and it's a 4. I want to know about custom monsters. Chip picked up alien transmission, made the robots go crazy. We have jump. Great. That's all the story I need. To start a fight yet. Why would I start a fight? Lukey? Lukey. Ugh, creepy. Ah, you're enemies! Okay. I like this trash pile. Also Lukey. Lunch robot. Woo! That kind of Ah! I ain't messing with no spider bots. You. Nope. Okay. Oh, computer elevator. It's the guy. It's the guy. It's the guy from the thumbnail. Whew. What happened to you? All right, and we need have jump and crouch. Good. Ah! Little guys. As a big guy, I'm not a fan of little guys. I do usually like tiny guys though, like a little kitten. What happened to you? Bad day. I should see, at one point we played, oh, that's a weird projectile. At one point we did play a little bit of Marathon. I would like to see if somebody has tried to rebuild Marathon maps in UDMF. Aha! So something about this map is giving me vibes. Where did you come from? Was he there the whole time? And oh, you can walk over that. Get to the bridge. Find the kill switch. Okay. Like, there's something almost like this feels like it could have been released between Wolf 3D and Doom. There's something very simplistic about a lot of the geometry, but at the same time, there's the, like, we're going out of our way to be like, yeah, these are textures to give you bits of story and some in-game guideposts. I like it. It's something. What's the word? What word am I thinking of? There's something very adorable? That's not quite the right word. Oh. Yeah, it loops us around over here. Smart. Is this the bridge? No, I guess this is just, what do you call this? A viewing deck? Oh, you're like an Ed. Ouch. And you have a flamethrower. Okay. That was kind of, what did he drop? I got an energy pod. Okay. Feels like an airlock, doesn't it? Yeah. What's the biggest thing I have? This. Yeah, fine. Come on. That dude's hitbox messed up. Right. Wow. Again, I didn't have to take that hit. Whoa. Computer magma. I like it. I like it. Blech. Grody. It's grody. I like it. That's not usually the case for me, but today? No, my armor's still plenty good. Red key. All right. Yeah, that's not a lot of square edges. There's not a lot of decorations, but there are some. The couches and the mess hall tables. Endearing. There's something endearing about this map. That's the word I was looking for. Ah. Oh, I was gonna say, did you just like not know how to do skybox stuff? But no, this is extremely on purpose. This is a fake outdoor area, which makes sense. Why would I suddenly walk into an outdoor area when we're supposed to be on a spaceship? That's me not thinking. Okay, no, good, I love it. Oh, and these are the chunks that fell down. This is, again, nothing bad to be said about, you know, like level of skill or execution here. There's some fun, clearly thought out elements here. That's really fun and cute. Now I could probably go and get the blue armor if I wanted. But we got the red keys, so yeah, time to remove back. Where was that blue armor? Up there? Up there. Yeah, I knew that was gonna hurt to get it. That's fine. I grab this and good to go. There we go. That's what I want to see. One shot, clean. Huh. Why is this wall created that way? Is that for purpose? Is that for reason? Whoops. Okay. Fine. That's fine. That all worked out. Where's the bridge? Why are you different? Yeah. I'll be happy to take that. Again, I'm shocked. Like, a part of me really would have expected this to have weapon replacements as well, because this feels like I never played the Aliens TC, but there's something about this that very much feels like a 90s TC kind of WAD, you know? That's very cool. Feels ominously calm. Father says you are disobedient. He likes us better. Oh. Computers. Now, who's father? Ow. Didn't go down in one that time. Is that gonna make this the bridge? This door. I don't want to deal with that yet. Is this door similar? You didn't go down on one. Yeah, alright, more of that. It's a little bedroom. Oh. A little behead room. No, that's rude. That's a tiny spider. Access denied. Yellow card. Got it. Oh. Yeah, makes sense. Yellow card. Way away. Ah, there we go. And a couple of big boys coming with it. Good, makes sense. Ah. Yellow. Huh, that would have... I mean, I guess it very definitively wasn't hard to find, considering I found it immediately, essentially by accident. But I could see that if you were more focused on the enemies, you might not check behind every pillar. It's denied. Access granted. That's a Duke 3D switch. Father cannot be stopped. I'm guessing you're supposed to die here. Yeah. I missed one secret. All right, that was cute. Like I said, something sort of endearing about that. It reminded me of a different era. It reminded me of, again, even if it's not like the most, you don't have to be detailed. You don't have to be very, like, you don't need to spend a lot of energy to show a lot of thought and care, which I find really fascinating, and I love good examples of it. And that one was cool. That one was fun. I'm glad that's the one that I picked. And now we've done our 3 of 3, so Talk to you. Advance to the next station. Let's go. Now going to the endless stairway. Oh, that sounds.
Endless stairway.
I love the voice clips. Ooh.
Endless stairway.
Ill number of monsters. Okay. I want to check some. No, it was all the way up here. Go to this one. This one is split up by... Gosh, there's so many. Here are ones I haven't even seen. So many maps. 8 times 3, 5, 5, 5. Let's do, so 8 times 5 is like 40. And then these maps seem to have 8, 8 or 9. So 40 by 8 is 8 by 4 is 32. So like 320. That's a lot of maps. That's a lot of. I could definitely see how you could like do this sort of like even the short run, just like 6 different zones. If there's like 40 zones to go to, you could do this this like campaign mode a few times and never see repeats. That would be cool. Granted, I assume it's randomized, so you probably would see repeats, but just the idea that you could, that's neat. Good. Well, before we step out here and begin our monster countdown, I'm going to say let's take a quick break. I'll run a couple of ads. If you're watching on the archive, you won't even notice. So we'll be back in just a minute here. Don't go nowhere. Where's my button for BRB? Did I get rid of my BRB button? Did I never have a BRB button over here? I never had a BRB button over here. Alright, well, I'm just going to hit this one. Alrighty. I had a cupcake real quick, so a little sugar buzz in me. Begin checking out the endless stairwell. Ooh. Oh, it's AnnBDazl! I gotta check out an AnnBDazl map. 2 minute 30 seconds double out of time. Huh. I'm not even gonna look at the rest. I know I love AnnBDazl because AnnBDazl is the one who keeps doing all these bunny maps. This place feels like it's dying. Whoa. Everything ends eventually, even the wildest party. Something tells me this place isn't as dead as it seems. Oh, I think I hear something. Someone new, I mean. I guess they're here for the going away party. So, if you can make anything at all, what would you make? I suppose I'd make a giant cup of tea to swim in, or a big jello carrot planet that's super squishy and wiggly and juicy. But that sounds kind of silly. And I'd make a world of plush toys and motorbikes. At least that's what I always told my brother. Perhaps if you somehow get another chance, just try making things for yourself. Experiment, have fun, and I'll think about it. Okay, so this is based on the Ramp 2023 hub. I was gonna say, this feels familiar. Where do you find your inspiration, G? Oof. Anywhere, everywhere, babe. The roar of an engine, the way the light hits a chrome bumper, the thrill of a chase, even an offhand joke with a stranger might ignite an idea. Sounds exciting. I guess I find mine in quieter places. Squishy toys, sweet treats, gentle sounds, calm pastel colors. Each their own, I guess. As long as it gets those creative juices flowing, right? glad we stuck together through all this, Gasket. I was scared when I first got here. And truthfully, I'm still scared. But having familiar faces to talk with helped a lot. Yeah, I don't know where I'd be now if I hadn't met you, Percy. You're not so bad for a fluffy, bouncy bunny. And you're not so bad for a motorhead. Face is dying. Love it. I'm a highly skilled mercenary. I'm a mechanic. Heck? Sometimes I just do things without thinking. It's like my body takes over. Oh, we have the big jumps. Okay. That can be good for the soul, Percy. It's a way to let your mind wander and see what comes out. Willets. Easy, Percy. It's just this guy doing his thing. We've seen weirder, right? But it feels different this time. Like it's really ending. Maybe it is. But endings always lead to new beginnings, right? I've been waiting in this pool so long. I remember I made a promise to meet someone here. I just can't remember who, or why, or anything before the green... I've been searching for my brother for so long. I don't remember how I ended up here. The party. Maybe I'm here to pay for everyone I've hurt and misled. Wait. Okay, so these are characters from the previous 2 maps. You're one of the kindest people I met. I can't imagine you hurting anyone on purpose.
I'm gonna kill him.
But I did. And I'm sure if this isn't the end, I will again. You're a kind-natured soul and just need some time and experience. Not everyone is as affectionate and trusting like you. Why can't I remember? I guess this is it then. Ugh. Gosh. Whoa. That's it. Just okay, it's exactly 5 minutes. 2 minutes 30 seconds twice. Just a little. See, I still that is what I want to see. Is I want to see more using the Doom engine for like almost visual novel type stuff, for something other than, you know. For a long time I was thinking like all competitive gaming trends towards Instagib. But I like the idea of going the other way. Like, you know, this just leans into, this is about just telling a story. This is about just creating a vibe in a space, you know? Also, this means that for the section where we specifically are being tasked with killing a certain amount of monsters, we started with a map that had no monsters. Boy, that was... That was a little heart-wrenching, huh? Why was it difficulty 2? Wait a second. Let's see here. Tinsels, dying, laptops, final, gasp. I love the sound of that. Touch the Stimpak. That's a sub-game all of its own, you know what I'm saying? Trimming the hedges. Oh. Worsk Aka Untitled. Alright. Something prototype 1. Potential prototype 1. Alright. BossTrashGang! BossTrashGang! That was hard. Okay. Wave survival. Free ammo for needy Doom, guys. Oh, Cackleroids. Oh, like asteroids, but Cackleroid. Oh, maybe that's like a 3. And Hell Portal. Okay, well. That's also a heck of a one to show you right as you get off the train. Oof. I want to know. These are very like light ones. Okay, but what's it say? You're not gonna let me zoom out. Tinsel. Hey guys, my laptop is pretty busted. I just want to say how much I love you all. Stay safe. Tinsel. Also didn't count as a monster. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. Hey, you know what? That's great. As that is a message written on the floor of a otherwise empty Doom map. We'll probably come back to touch the Stimpak. I'm curious about Trim the Hedges. I mean, yeah, I just want to... So far, we're looking at all the maps that barely are. Okay, this is a jumpy one, huh? All right. Okay. Oh, why did he die so quick? I missed. Am I died? No, we restart. Okay. We're super strong. Can't tell if it's looping out here. Okay. Oh, hi. Don't.
Checkpoint.
Voice. That's a great way to, I slipped. It's a great way to draw your attention to, you know, quote unquote, the right, and quote unquote, to the way to go. Okay. Okay. All right. I could probably make this. I jump on his head. It's a me, Mario.
Checkpoint.
Oh, moving. I mean, all of this really abstracted, what do you call it? Surreal kind of ethereal space is always my favorites. So big fan of whatever's going on here. No. There's like an elevator over here before? Do I gotta go hit the switch again? No? Or did something just rise into place? Okay. Now that... backwards. It's fine. You know what? It's weird. It's trying something different and is trying a different style of gameplay within the Doom engine. I'm a big fan of that. And don't you dare be part to take down right now. Let's try this way. Yeah, now we can make that. Oh, I missed. Okay. We're learning. You know, just thinking about trying to make a map like this in this engine and just thinking about like, yeah, how do you, especially, you know, when you're inventing a jumping physics, how do you know where you can really place
checkpoint
platforms for jump distances? And it's just like, oh, I've been spoiled by Mario Maker. Okay, gotta do that again. Okay, I almost thought I missed that. I might be able to make that. Cannot. I hope I hit a checkpoint. I did. Again, it's different and interesting. And again, this is kind of like what I was talking about before, right? Like, well, maybe it's a little different because I was saying before how it's just like, oh yeah, no, this is obviously not hitting all of like the best practice guidelines that you might talk about for a Doom map, but it is very unique. It is very novel, and there's definitely, I think, a way of looking at it. Like, I think this is going to be more memorable than some of the other, like, you know, quote unquote more polished maps that we've played today. And that, you know, you don't have to be polished to be memorable. If anything, if being polished makes it samey, then it's going to be the opposite of memorable. I cannot tell you which Marvel movies are the ones that I liked, you know? Also, like, in a really interesting way, like, this is... I think there's definitely an argument that it's like, that is a silly... Those would be silly guidelines to try and follow in the first place because we are doing something so very un-Doom-like, you know? This is definitely more... We are doing Jumpman stuff. We are doing 3D platforming. You've heard of Doom Guy, but what about Jumpman? Before there was Doom Guy, there was. And his son, Jumpman Jr. So I guess I'm going that way. Why? Fine. I did get the blue key.
checkpoint
I feel like over here is actually a more interesting... That's the thing, if this is going to be one of the more memorable maps, then it should probably be one of the screenshots I take, right? Most memorable is what what you're going to think of when you think of this video, so that's what I should make the thumbnail be. Why is it called a potential prototype? This seems like a prototype to me. Not potentially, but actually. And I like how you don't die when you fall down. You just sort of reset. I gotta look behind the exit. Yep, just a tiny bit. Oh, What? We gotta do it twice now? Okay, can't stay on the first one. Can't stay on any of them for too long. That's mean. I was just about to say, very nice of them to make it pretty forgiving. This is what's going to kill me, isn't it? Oh, why did this get evil?
Checkpoint.
Hey. Okay. I'll do it again. I'll speedrun. I'll go completely silent because nailing these jumps is weirdly hard.
Checkpoint.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
Checkpoint.
No, that's a miss. Yeah. Ooh, twice. Let's do it. Nah, I missed. I was off the edge before I hit jump. Oh, I think I bounced and I tried to jump while I was on the bounce, so it didn't jump. Again! Okay. It's a fly, I think, is about to try and land at my coffee. Okay. Now that I'm over here, we go back to the hardest part is not staying so long that you get hurt, just lining up the next jump. Ah! Okay. Okay. I am like unintentionally holding my breath every jump now. I goofed it. Gotta actually get jump. Gotta go diagonally.
Checkpoint.
Okay, and now just sort of. It'd be too hard.
Checkpoint.
This is the last run, isn't it? The last stretch. It is kind of cute, this idea of like, in the Doom engine, how do you make a platformer harder? And this idea of like, yeah, movement pressure is really, it works. Like I said, I think this is just straight up a decent prototype. I don't know what's potential about it. Also, at least this one had monsters for us to finish. Oh! Yeah. There. And the one secret. Good. Whew. Neat. Neat idea. Maybe it's just because I'm a smartass, but I love to see people making like the least Doom possible games in the Doom engine, you know? That's just fun to me. BossTrashGang! Oh, it feels like we're late. Alright. This is a pretty good all-arounder when you don't know what you're walking into. Boy, you're just pants. He shot pants at me! Oh, okay, so power-ups are respawning for us. Ow. Stay away from yellow. Pants are homing! You ever scream something before you realize, before you've processed what the words coming out of your mouth are? But now we know pants are homing. It simply isn't facts. I missed all the ways. I don't trust somebody who's just pants. Pants down. Ass up. No way. That's pretty easy to. Don't get killed in lava. Do not Koji Kabuto yourself. All right, just you and me, bud. Oh, you want to have this fight? You want to have this dance? Got him? BossTrashGang! One secret. Oh, I missed a secret. I don't want to go back to get one secret if I also have to do that fight. Fun fight. Interesting. That's like Gundam. That was like Black TriStar. Ohio Mash and no, Idaho. I don't. Wave survival, meh. Kakarot's meh. Hell portal, there. Touch the Stimpak. I'd rather touch the Stimpak right now. I think. Touch it. Oh, Clippy. What am I doing? Okay, alright. Okay. I'm gonna take the easy way. Take the easy way. Okay. It did make it impossible to not take damage before getting the thing. Ah. Right. Hurt? No. Okay, now what? 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 Oh, that what? Oh, okay. Oh, that what? He screamed. Oh my gosh. I don't like. I'll try it one more time for real though. Why not? Considered right now I don't actually have that much. Probably wasting ammo by not doing this, right? Yeah. Yeah, it seems like a way to do it. But he didn't fall down. Right? Now we touch this one. Done this. Okay. Maybe now I'm gonna want to fire this? I forget how many shots I have. Not enough shots is how many shots I have. Blue keys. Plenty of rockets. Okay, fine. Whoa, what did I don't even know where this is. Ah, poop. Where's that guy from? I'll shoot rockets out of those guys. Right, every time you touch one of those. And those are the only... Not quite the only help we're getting. Hello? Are the lights on? No, why am I doing these things? Why am I doing these things? Why are these things being done? What happens if I do this? We're back here. Are they like handling themselves out here mostly? Where am I going to be finding keys? More Stimpaks to touch to make things worse for myself? Here, you. I want you to go, for sure. There's probably more than one of him, right? At some point I did run... Oh, it's like a spiral staircase. Okay. At some point I ran somewhere and it did say exit. And where was that? Was it up here? Yes. Find all these guys under here. You can't quite just walk in there. Okay. hit that one once. This one. And then just try to, you know, kite them. See how many you can take out with how few rockets. Even the ones that did die probably took some splash damage to make them easier to pick up. Yeah, I don't think I'm even gonna like bother mid-saving on this one. Now we'll just hang out for a minute. I don't know if you notice about guys, but they will infight. No, I said I wouldn't bother, but I bothered. So this one's going to get wasted now because I have more health than that and the floor's going to drop. Alright, so when we touch this one, that's going to open. These are going to open. It is up behind there where the things are. I have this. If I run behind one of these, it'll give me rockets, and then I can use rockets to clear up a lot. That'll probably be good. I'll grab this now. This. Out. Nobody sees me. That is Crusher full of health. I'll run over here. There are definitively less guys. Here we go. Here's my boxes of rockets. Again, why do I want to be fighting everybody if there's so many guys that infighting is going to be... It's impossible for infighting to not be more efficient. You know? I don't need to be the one to kill all the boys. I just need all the boys to be dead at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? This is my management class, I guess. And he gets crushed. Great. If I stand right here, I'm pretty safe for the moment. What do I do with that knowledge? What makes that noise? You. So infrequently see these guys because we do play on easy most of the time. And you'll notice I didn't even pick up the thing. Shot in here. Yep. This, that. I feel like I'm smarter than that. I'm not sure if I am, but I feel like I'm smarter than that. Rockets, good. How we feeling? Could use it now. Every time you touch health, you make things worse. That's the key of this level. But on some level, you need to make things worse to reach an end, right? And this blue key is only going to connect us to things we know. And it looks like the red is going to work the same way. So we should get over there and see what's behind the red doors, which we can do this way. Excuse me. Wow. That's in there. Oh, that's so many rockets. Dark in here. Oh, and there's a hymn. Okay. Bud, you coming? Your aunts and uncles want to see you, sweetie. All right. Ow. Excuse me? What did that do? Did something. Feeling okay. And there are still those soul spheres that I never touched. Okay, so that seemed to imply that we have lifted something somewhere. Now, if you told me that lifted the exit doors so we don't have to touch them, doesn't seem to be what happened. Okay, well, okay. Did not go in there yet. It's terrifying. Something's in the middle over there. Ooh, something is through. Oh, now, okay, that looks like a blue use. I've not seen a blue key. What is down in the middle of there? A lot of paper clips. What is that? That is where that megasphere is, behind a bunch of weird door things. What are these weird squares? Seem usable, use something. Oh, down here. Those are the triggers for that. Okay, well, I'm gonna try touching this one. What did that do, though? Oh, hello. Oh, I don't want to pick that up. So that's teleporters then, not just picking more things up. Is that lifting this more and more slightly every time? I mean, that's the thing, right? At this point, just be... Am I lifting individual ones of those, maybe? Keep touching them, right? Part of me of hoping is that somewhere there is a squisher I'll activate that'll handle all the cyber demons, because there's a bunch of them. Ah! My whole body jumped when that happened. Yeah, okay. Nope, they can shoot in there. I wonder how much damage they're like. I don't think they're going to shoot each other intentionally. I don't think they'll infight, but they are trying to shoot me as I run in circles around them, and they're dealing splash damage. So, ideally, eventually they will whittle themselves down. And I still have cells. I haven't used up all my cells yet. Yes, I am opening these one by one. Okay. So, like, somewhere there is one that I haven't touched yet. I bet it's in here somewhere. Oh, I did touch that one. Good one. What is this going to do for... So that might be just it. I might have just touched them all. Let me all the way in here. Where I get all the stuff, and I'm invulnerable. letting me just do this for a minute. Do any of you care to die? There we go. It's starting to go down. I saved at some point. I'll grab that. I just want to grab like one of them, right? Oh, they have trouble shooting down. I think I just heard Archvile go down somewhere behind him. There. That's when I want to disappear and get a second, because that'll fills you, right? No, it doesn't. 2, 3. That'll fill me. I'd like you to fall the f down, man. What if now I just... That's how you crush them all. Okay. That's most of the kills we needed. At least. One secret. I don't know what that secret was. Where are we at? That did it. You know what? I think I'm okay with that. If that's gonna do it, I think let's move on. And I might actually call it there again for today. Today's been a little weird, to me at least. Let's see.
The next station is Hangar 17.
All right. Just give us a quick look at what our... Oh, there were so many people in there. This will just give us a quick look at what our next... that is just Hangar. That is very much Hangar.
Hangar 17.
8 total difficulty points. This is what we're going to do. So this is where... We're going to pick it up next time. And let me do a proper save, not on our quick save. 2024. And I'm going to say that's going to do it for us. Before we get out of here, quick housekeeping. Thank you for joining me on this Wednesday Doom Watch stream. We do this most Wednesdays. In my quickly thrown together schedule. Next week we'll be back here. I'll be doing another backlog stream. I think something will be on it. Last time we looked at Skin Deep because I jumped ahead. I think we're in for like one, if not a couple, visual novel games on the next backlog stream, so I'll do that. We'll be here. I guess we'll finish off the next 2 segments of this particular ramp run for next WAD Travelogue. And then later in the month, more backlog stream. We'll throw a Highway Book Club in there. I don't know what we'll listen to, but I know I want to drive around in circles again because I love doing that. If you enjoyed hanging out here today, if you made it all the way through this, I assume you're watching on the archive. Thank you for watching all the way through. If you liked it, follow, look at some of the back episodes we got. There's tons up there. If you would like to hang out while these are being recorded live, you can go over to the Twitch and follow there, and I would super appreciate that. If you want to get notifications on when we go live on Twitch or when a new video goes up on YouTube, because it's not always just stream archives, I put other stuff up there too when I have time to record and edit pre-record stuff. You can sign up on the Discord and get notifications for all of the cool stuff. You also get stuff for what Joe does, and you can also hang out and chat with us if you feel like it, or if you just want notifications. That's what I would do. I won't hold it against you. And if you enjoy any of the stuff we do, I got a Patreon and a coffee set up. I just lowered some pricing. I added new tiers. I want to start doing a I'll put your name on the screen tiers. So look out for that in the future. It'll be probably about right here when we get some people at the I'm gonna say $15 tier. That seems let's go easy to start with. That's I spent more than twice that on snacks today. That'll do it. I would love to spend more time doing this. The other thing I would love to do is I would love to have like a New Day Tuesday stream. I finally figured out how to look at the like most anticipated upcoming on Steam, and I would love to have, you know, a weekly thing where I just buy whatever the newest most anticipated game coming out is and just do that. I hear that's good for SEO. Also it's just interesting, and it would actually let me talk to, you know, people who keep up with these kind of things, but saving that for when we had a certain threshold of income on the between the support stuff. So if you would like to unlock that, help that come to life, consider throwing in. I'd really appreciate it. All that being said, I had a good time hanging out here today. I hope you did too. Thanks for sticking around, and until next time I see you, take care of one another. Have a great week.